drink our way through this one.
Oh, I mean, I had to take my hat off.
You took the bucket hat off.
Glasses and hats are off for
No glasses,
bandwagon
no
boy
hats.
number 2 and Nth Best.
I mean, we're not giving any credence to the intro. I don't even know what that term means, but I'm using it freely because it doesn't fucking matter. We just lost to the lowly, now 6-8. Jags.
Can you even call them the lowly? Now it's like,
well, I want to.
I would love to think that. Now they're the streaking. Now they're the streaking Jacksonville Jaguars. They're 6-8. They're possibly going to be making it into playoffs. But wow, what a way to lose it. I honestly think it was the way to lose it. You know, they get down there, they get the field goal to tie it up. They win the toss. We stop them. We get the ball. And when we had the ball, after we stopped them on that first drive in overtime, I was like, okay, we got this.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to get this. And then there's that shot. The fucking... This place has never been so silent. When that dude was running that ball back, all of us were just like... I'm telling you, that was probably the most silent this room's been for a 30-second time frame.
Yeah.
The problem was gut punched.
The problem was I knew we got Money Mayer in the backfield. The boy has a fucking shotgun for a leg.
He does.
I shouldn't say shotgun. It's a
long
sniper
range
pistol.
rifle.
Yeah,
long range rifle.
And man, I was just waiting for us to get within range, and boom, we kicked the field goal. Now, arguably, there's going to be people on either side of this pass. They're going to say, okay, Dak shouldn't have pulled the trigger in the first place. And other people who are going to say, it bounced off his Brown's hands and into the receiver. I probably lie closer to the side of saying maybe you shouldn't have thrown into that anyways.
But if you're taking a big risk,
see it again.
If you're, you got Twitter? Let's get it up. Fuck it. Let's get it up. Let's get that. It's got to be up on Twitter somewhere, right?
You're so right when you're right.
So a quick question to start this off, just so we get some sort of
Let's hear it. Let's get a question.
direction here.
We don't have direction right now. We're
Scotty Too Hottie Meager says,
hey,
what the
Scotty.
fuck just happened?
What up?
But Hank says, you do realize the Cowboys were headed for a 5 seed. Nothing has changed. So
no, he's right. And you know what? That's actually for Hank.
I know.
Hank, for a guy that's been kind of suspect in the chat. Kidding. Hank's been actually a pretty good addition to the chat.
Yeah.
He speaks the truth. We're literally
him and Ultra, the greatest tag team duo out there, besides the bandwagons.
We were pretty much, obviously we all had that pipe dream of winning the NFC East. With the Eagles winning today and us losing, that's almost that's gone. Like we're not winning the NFC East this year, which is fine. We don't need to win the NFC East to be in the playoffs. But we got the 5 seed. We're gonna be the 5 seed. We're gonna play a team that we are better than, I hope.
Okay, and this kind of leads in. I'm glad that we're having this conversation right away because this kind of leads into our thought around the rest of the season. So 5 seed is pretty much what we're kind of sandwiched into. If we lose out,
no, not if we lose out.
Not if we lose out.
If we lose out, if we lose every other game, we could be as low as a 7.
Right.
I was saying if we lose out, we're probably still going to make the playoffs. But it would be tricky. Like we'd end up being what 10-7. We don't want to be 10-7.
No. But further than that, like let's just say, fuck. I don't want to eat my words for saying this, but in this argument, in this hypothetical, the Cowboys are destined to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah,
they should.
Kind of makes me
is this
a little nervous after
it's
today.
More along the line. The question now turns to, because we can argue about wins or losses, and it hurts when they lose ones like this.
Yeah,
absolutely,
definitely.
But maybe we should talk specifically about this game. But I still throw to you the outlook of the rest of the season going into playoffs. This is not the team you've already said that we don't want to see going into the playoffs. The way that the team has been playing,
like the way we've played these last couple
games. Yeah,
I don't like what our defense is doing. Granted, I mean you have to give Trevor Lawrence, who's young, an upcoming star in the NFL. You got to give them their due. Like they played very well, but
good running game. But guess what? The offense did not give a lot of. They put the defense in some rough places,
some shitty spots.
Yeah,
I mean, we couldn't stop Agnew or Etienne Jr. it seems like today they ran all over us.
Yes,
Man, I don't know. Obviously, when you look at the actual situational,
You gonna get that final play up there?
the play was not on our favor from Dak.
Sorry, I was.
So
while
Alex is doing that, I'm just gonna hit you with some comments from chat.
Comment this up.
JT Hunt said Dak played pretty good. Defense should have never came up 40 damn points. All even from Barry Grant Jr. says risky decisions, man. When you have other jerseys in that spot, it's what I said prior. Hank says kept on running the ball as soon as the ball was put into the QB's hands on 3rd and 4th. His inaccuracy issues reared its head. Ultra says McCarthy lost this game by playing Peters.
3rd and 4.
Here it is.
Coming. Prescott throws backwards and
Watch him fucking end zone celebrate.
Oh, there's Dak getting pulled up off his butt.
I thought it was going to give us a replay. My bad. Okay, good.
Yeah, let's just watch. Hey, let's just watch the Jaguars celebrate. Good play.
Good play. Okay, so he throws right there. It's not a bad throw.
I mean, I don't know.
It's not. He hit the fucking wide receiver in his arms. What the fuck else do you want him to do?
No.
Noah Brown basically volleyed it to the, like, we all give Dak shit, or people give Dak shit. That was a bang-on throw to his wide receiver, who then literally volleyballed it to the defensive player.
I don't want to be in this position on 3rd. I don't want to be in this position.
No. But we just
score though in overtime in a game that you've been fighting it out.
We just watched the run from the beginning here. Brown's open. He even gets a little bit of a pick. It should, with how Brown catches the football, I think it was an expectation. So, that angle is not the best angle. So let me try to find another one.
He threw off his back foot, but if you hit your wide receiver in the hands in the NFL, and
yes,
and I'm going to start getting called a Dak rider. I see stuff how I see it and I call it out. I don't think Dak had for his stats, like he was 3 touchdowns and 1 interception going into that overtime, but I still didn't think he played great. So
All even says, Anth, it's a bad decision, bro, because if it's tip, it's picked.
But if Barry, you got to agree with me here, man. If the ball hits an NFL wide receiver in the hands, it should be a catch.
Yeah,
it should be a catch.
You're not wrong.
I always agree with that.
If it hits you, and it's not like it was outreached, he volleyballed it. He literally hit it off his forearms into the guy. I don't know. I still think we should have just ran.
Hank says highest interception percentage in the NFL, Dak Prescott.
Yeah, what he's got? Well, now he's going to be, 17 touchdowns, 11 interceptions?
And he's 9 games, 11 interceptions.
That's not great. I'm pretty sure I think 11 interceptions is his career high in the season.
JT Hunt said it was a difficult throw to make anyways, to lean over and throw around the defender. Noah should have caught it.
Again, it's not about necessarily the tip, which I do agree is a factor. And I'm on this play, I agree with Anth. Like, that was in his arms. He should have pulled that in. And if you're not using Stickum, then start fucking using Stickum, because that's what I would do, bro. But
and if it's not Stickum, use Jism.
Use Jism, whatever needs to work.
Jism.
But yeah, I think that he was fair to pull the trigger on that one.
I don't think it was a bad throw. I don't think it was a bad decision. He was getting blitzed. He saw a guy that was streaking across. He threw it. It hit him in the hands. It's a terrible bounce. It's a terrible fact that the guy caught it and the guy ran it down. I think the more concerning factor than Dak Prescott's interceptions is that our defense can't stop anybody when they want to run on us.
I know. Let's look at this. 192
that drives me nuts,
yards.
Man. That's
192 yards.
That's too many, man.
192 yards, 7.1 average.
This Etienne Jr. should not have 103 yards and 5.4 average. Jamal Agnew, 3 carries, 17.3 yards average.
Wow.
Like, if we're going to talk about stuff that actually hurt the team, start right there. Start with how many rushing yards we gave up. We gave up 192 for a 7.1 average, along a 30. Like, that's a killer right there.
So I can say in 2 arguments, it is fair for us to judge on one side of the thing, the play that happened at the end of the game.
Oh, I'm still fucking.
I know,
it's like just now hitting me. Like,
hang on.
It's just hitting me now.
We're gonna have a positive outcome at the end of this combo. Trust me.
Just avoid saying the play at the end of the game. That's
all
like
I'm
PTSD
saying.
for
no,
me.
But it needs to be brought up because
no, you're right.
That is a single thing that we're looking at. In the game of football is a play-by-play type of game. it's unique in that where it's like, okay, rush up play. You watch hockey. I mean, I guess baseball also is
kind of like that. I know what you mean.
that,
Like
right?
it's not flowing. It's each
there is
plays,
momentum.
There's oh man,
Absolutely.
you can see
Yeah.
if anyone ever argued momentum in the game of sports, just watch that second half with the Jaguars. You could see watching,
you could feel it.
You could feel like watching it and hearing the crowd. You go, oh god, they're literally getting momentum. Momentum's this weird ghost stat that you can't see or hear, but it's a real thing.
Okay, Kilo C says we have to look at what got us in this position.
That was my whole point, was not to look at the like. It's fair for us to be analyzing this one position, but then as
With the one play,
we look at, now we have to take that bird's eye view of the whole game and say like, okay, there is the problem. Why we ended up,
You got to break it down.
why we ended up in overtime with the Jags,
When we were
and not to take away from the mistakes the offense made.
the defense.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody.
There's
yeah.
mistakes. This is not defensive or offensive blame. It's just a team issue. I actually don't care about throwing blame. We need it fixed if we want to compete in the playoffs, man.
Playoffs. I cannot. I literally, as a physical being on this planet, I cannot take a wild card loss this year. I can't do it. And if we play like we just played today,
And Adam, are you going to be able to make sure we have the things necessary?
you guys, if we lose on wild
sedate
card round,
Anthony?
if we lose wild card, if we lose in the wild card, you guys better strap me down to this couch because I just can't. I can't take it again.
No,
I can't-
we're loading you with Screech. Don't worry, Screech.
No,
That's probably the worst thing you can do.
What is it? Oh,
No, you wait, I have to pin him down, and we'll have to just feed edibles into
Edibles.
his
Yeah,
mouth.
edibles would probably edibles would
at
probably
the
be
start
way.
at the start of the fourth quarter, you got to toss edibles into his mouth.
unless we're winning. But there,
Back to the game.
there
Sorry.
there is glaring holes on this team
yes, on the team.
right now.
On the team. I will say some things that need to be corrected that are extremely obvious. I'm going to go give my top 3.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Really, you got top 3 loaded.
I got top 3
I
loaded.
like it.
Because 2 are easy.
You know what? And
the
I'm
third
going to
I'm gonna
say this
make up.
before you get. I'm going to say it before you get into this, because I can usually see eye to eye with you at this point. You look like you're doing pretty good over there.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give props when props are due.
Yeah.
You're not close to stretching your neck.
I'm not stretching my neck.
Which
but
makes me worried because was that the imbalance? Like,
And one thing before you get into your spiel, can you toss me one?
Yes.
I will say this though, and I didn't want to say it before a game because it was
say it.
every time that
Just
jersey's
toss.
been on me, we've lost.
The Zeke one?
Yeah, I'm
Burn
pretty
it.
sure.
Burn that fucking jersey. That jersey, get it fucking off.
Well, no, it's too late now. You gotta
No.
Hey, you made the bed. You lie in it.
He's got a good shirt underneath. I honestly thought he should have rocked that shirt today. That was my choice.
Well,
But it is what it is.
because some of us want to show that we're fans and we're wearing jerseys.
Crack me if you got him. I don't like to see it seem like I'm celebrating and drinking, but this is depressed drinking. It's actually worse.
So all even says what's so fucked up is that the game next week means nothing now. In my opinion, so deflating.
He's right.
Yeah.
He's completely right. The game next week, obviously, we want to still win it because we still want to keep that 5th seed.
Yeah.
We don't want to play fucking dudes. We do not want to play San Francisco. We do not want to play San Francisco, okay? We do not want to fall to that 6th seed or 7th seed, whatever seed ends up playing San Francisco. We do not match up well with them. We need this 5th seed. Whoever comes out of the NFC South is not that great of a team, and we can beat in playoffs.
Playoffs.
So a win against the Eagles is still important. And I think a win against the Eagles goes, okay, well, we can bang with the best, right? So I do think a moral aspect of it and possibly a seeding, but it is a letdown. I thought a win today makes next week a lot more exciting.
Well, my 3 things that we need to work on, and you're absolutely right. The win today and an Eagles loss would have made it fucking so hot. I would have had
Boner alert.
but that's just me.
Everyone keeps talking to telling me to get rid of this Dak jersey.
Take it off. Get it
No,
off.
no.
Take it off.
No. Whoa.
Let's get naked. Let's get naked.
What do you got
Okay,
underneath? What do you got underneath?
honestly,
What's underneath?
I don't think Dak played that bad.
Well, this is
Honestly, I don't think he
Okay.
was great. I don't think he was great, but I don't think he was that bad.
my trifecta of what needs to be corrected. Number 1, Dak needs to stop throwing
Interceptions.
interceptions. Easy to say.
But it's
let
true.
Let me tell you how I think he needs to do it. Just the
Spit it out.
we got to do something on there.
You were going and then you just stopped.
Well,
I actually the thing is I actually don't know what it is.
he has to stop.
Yeah.
Okay. My thing is, and Barry actually said this.
Is he pulling the trigger too quickly?
Well,
I don't know.
Barry brought up the fact with Dak Prescott that he always said, Barry's like, oh, Dak always looks nervous when he's playing. And I'd never, ever noticed that. I don't know if now this year I'm noticing it because Barry had pointed it out, or if this year he just does. I've never, ever had that feeling with Dak that when he's going to throw that there's a chance it's an interception. This is the first year I've ever had that, and I don't like it.
I don't like it, and I don't think it's warranted. Look at what he's got for receivers. He's got 2 deadly running backs in the backfield who both can catch if necessary. It's not like either one has like a history of like not being able to catch the ball well. He's got the fucking clone zone out there. He's got Gallup, Noah Brown.
He's got numbers. He's got guys.
He's got like there's not an excuse. Now, maybe the only excuse could be the offensive line, but even today, I don't think that's
I don't know. I'm not making an excuse for him. He looked, and like I thought before going into overtime, his 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. It didn't feel like that. It felt the opposite. It felt like you know what I mean? I felt like he had more bad plays than good plays.
Yes.
It's just this weird thing I've never really had with Dak. And I don't pick a player and then no matter what they do, I'm a fan of them, right? If Dak starts sucking, I'll call it out. And these last stretch of, I'd say it's the last 4 weeks, maybe 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
He hasn't played that well.
No.
I mean,
You sounded like you were maybe
no. Listen,
I'm just like,
no. Look,
I'm crying inside. Trust me. I know I'm smiling.
Well,
this is just the best defense.
Yeah.
This smile and laughter is just a learned defense of actually covering up how upset I am.
well, so I disagree with you. I don't think Dak's been playing well outside of the last 3 weeks. I think Dak's been very uncomfortable since he's been back. He's won games, but when we look at it as being a team game, there's other people that are covering him. You got TP20, you got Zeke, you have the defense. I think in a game like today where we needed Dak to attack, I also don't, but I mean, the contradictory thing is, was the game completely on Dak? So you're 50, it seems like you're 50-50. One, it's the end of the game, the throw wasn't bad. It was on Noah Brown.
But he did throw a pick earlier that led to points. You know, there was times that he did fuck up, but no, the whole game isn't on him. The defense, even we did put them in some shitty spots. They still need to come and dance, right?
I just have to say this. I agree. The defense you got to look at the both sides of the ball. Dak did not do a lot of favors. Yes, he scored 3 touchdowns, but those interceptions, of course, the second one is
Lost the game.
He should not be named or whatever, Voldemort.
Yep.
But yeah, like it's not just this game; it's a collective thing. So
it's been building up.
Tidied up.
It's been building up. It's not like today we're like, oh yeah. This. It's
been building up.
It's been building up.
So
it's a trend.
So in that, I do give a little bit of leeway to the defense today because they were not put in the best of position. However, regardless, we look at that run defense. It's just fucking obvious. I mean, even with the injuries that have been piling up on the secondary.
You're talking Cowboys run defense right now.
Cowboys run defense, sorry. Yes. Even with the injuries that we've seen on the secondary, they're still playing very well. The secondary's, giving up some plays, of course, but they've been doing this all year, right? Bend don't break. That run line, which is so good at sacking, or has been at least.
Not of late.
Not of late. And that's another issue that I think we should be talking about as well.
Well, the issue right now is we're getting Eagles fans coming into our chat saying, we'll see you boys next week. You're a bunch of bums. So first off, fuck the Eagles.
Fuck the Eagles.
Fuck the Eagles.
We'll always say that. Fuck the Eagles.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck the
Hey,
Eagles.
but Speaking of chat, though, if this is your first time in here, we are the Cowboys CanFan podcast. If you hit a thumb up there,
we'd love it.
We would love it. We're all feeling down. Let's get some positive of this. Give us
Now,
a thumbs up. Give us a big old thumbs up.
We can sit here. I think if anyone else wants, I didn't actually finish my 3. I got one more left.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were.
No, we can.
I want
Go
it.
for it, yeah.
We
Hit
don't
it,
have
hit
to,
it.
the good thing about it is you've did one and it branched
Well, the
off the whole
second one-
conversation. So it's good.
The second one was the run.
I'm
stuffing
impressed.
the run.
I'm impressed you even have a list. So if you need to finish 3 of them, let's do it.
Yeah,
It's
go for it.
Christmas, man.
It's Christmas.
I'm
Not
in
yet.
the
A
list
week from
mode.
now. Go for it.
No, but it's the Christmas season. I'm in the fucking Christmas season, bro.
He's giving.
Okay.
Let's hear
Hit
number
it.
2.
Hit it and
No.
quit.
Number
Number-
2 is the run. Is stop
The
the
run defense
Gotta
has
fucking
been
figure this
shite.
out, man.
Absolute
Dear Lord.
just garbage.
And I'm not even talking about I'm talking about look. I'm without even
We
looking.
got 40 fucking. We
Ant.
had 40 fucking points scored on us.
Ant, without even looking, I'm saying just cut it in half. Cut the run in half. Okay.
You got to
7. So yeah, cut it to 3.5.
cut it at this point. Even if you get it
Dear-
to 4,
Even if you get it to 4, I'm happy.
I'm happy.
Absolutely. This has just been embarrassing. And the run game is the most demoralizing part of being on a defense. The pass
Definitely.
game, for sure, it sucks, but that can be, you can still be having a real good game as a unit. But when they're running on you like this, it is demoralizing. Players start to beak. It starts to fucking unravel the camaraderie. And
that
that's a
J.
problem.
Michael Hasty run where he came out of nowhere and
Yeah.
just picked up an easy.
What the
he
fuck
ran,
was that?
He
He
ran
won-
it one fucking time and he got 13 yards on
Yeah,
it.
Okay,
he got a fucking, he won in his burger, he won a golden ticket that said, you get to run a play for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They suited
And
him
he
up,
did it.
and he ran for 13 fucking
Is it
yards.
so?
Got
This
13
is
yards.
so. Cowboys at the start. I mean, this season I heard the one stat that Cowboys never give up a 14-0 lead. Is this the second time in one season?
No.
that we've
Okay,
given up a
so
14-0 lead.
so the first time when they brought that up at the Packers, it was in fourth quarter. It was if they were up 14 by 14 points in the
Okay.
fourth quarter.
Okay, but still,
I've seen hundreds of times we've given up a 14-point lead.
And we were up. Oh, no, we were only up by.
I
Oh,
think
no, we were
10.
up by 14.
Again
Yes.
in the fourth quarter?
Not in the fourth.
No, but it's the fourth
I'm
quarter.
sorry. Okay, yes.
That's the stat that
Okay.
they played. The stat against Green Bay. Okay, let's see these QBs. Let's do a QB comparison here. Trevor Lawrence balled out. He really did.
He did.
Dak Prescott 23 for 30, which we like to see. 256, 3 TDs. That's all great. The 2 interceptions is less than what we want to see. Absolutely has a decent rating. And then you got Trevor Lawrence 27-42, 318, 7.6 average, 4 TDs and 1 interception.
Mm-hmm. Now,
It's a very offensive game.
Dak Prescott is the most polarizing quarterback in the NFL because of his team, and also, I'm just gonna say this last pass. I can't wait to see what the outcome of conversations. I already know what the people are gonna say. Oh, it was a tip pass, and
It's either your side A or
he
side
shouldn't
B,
have thrown
right?
it. Right. So it's gonna be interesting to see what wins out this week.
Well,
I'm just gonna
I feel
read.
like I feel like the narrative going forward is going to be that it was a bad throw.
Yeah.
Over the tip pass.
And
It's
I'm not
easier to
arguing either way. I can see
Me
it
either.
both ways.
I can see both ways. You shouldn't be playing. You shouldn't be in overtime in the first place.
You shouldn't be there
We
in
should
the
have
first
already
place.
done stuff that prevented us being in overtime. Interesting enough, look at Zay Jones, man.
I know.
Wow. 6 receptions, 109 yards, 3 touchdowns against us.
with a 59 yard long. So he went deep
Jesus.
for that one. And
hey,
man.
it was a tough loss. Do we do the Crackham of the game? Crackham player
Of
of
course,
the game?
we gotta do Crackham of the game. And then maybe quick before we wrap it up. If there
Or are we wrapping up?
No. I'm just saying before we do. I'm not saying that we we also should look forward and let's have a look at what we got going
yep.
and how our perspectives change because
We should look at the rest of the season.
we should.
Well, all week long we keep talking about. I mean, a lot of people are already saying that we're going to go 10-7, which is just. I'm not that negative.
Who was our Crackham last week?
I think we all said. I want to say we all said Tony Pollard last week. We all said the same player. We all said the same player last week. He had 2 touchdowns. We all said the same thing last week for the Crackham. And Steve also. Oh no, we didn't all. It was me, Steve, and maybe AJ. And of course,
Yeah.
Ad said someone stupid that no one
No,
else
that's
would have
not
picked.
true.
I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't matter who was last week.
You're the
No,
CanFan ledger.
I don't have it. I know. And my ledger.
Well, we can
I
always
have
look
too
that
many
up.
papers.
Who's your guys' crack and play? And it's tough to say give someone a player of the game on a loss.
I was going to say Noah Brown was my Kraken player of the game, but
Until
after
that
that
volley.
into last volley.
Yeah. Noah Brown
damn.
would have been a good pick, but you can't give it to him
Look at
after
the
that.
stats though here. So what do we got?
I don't even like looking at the stats and
No.
giving it to someone. I'd rather you actually just you watched a football game and who do you
You know what?
think was the best player?
If Adam's not going to, I'm going to give it to Noah Brown.
Okay, Alex is giving it to Noah.
I still think his 2 touchdowns were pivotal in the game. The last pass was dog shit on his behalf. I am leaning towards the ball's in your fucking hands. You got to make the catch.
I just can't give it to him after that.
I know, but that
Literally.
otherwise, I just can't think of anyone who stood out. Up until that point, he was the one who played a very good game.
I'll let Ad wait.
There's another player who I think
I'm
could
going
do it,
CeeDee
but-
Lamb.
Yeah,
Yep.
there
CeeDee
you go.
Lamb, look when CeeDee and every time CeeDee Lamb touched the ball, you can feel his intensity. You can
JT Hunt says CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee
Jose
Lamb.
Ultra says CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb for me 100%.
Ant Best says CeeDee
It's
Lamb.
CeeDee.
He
Ad
to
Best
me
says CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb. To me he was the only dude catching the rock and actually trying to do something with it and looked like passionate, you know? He had some Zeke-esque going with him. He was fighting. He was fighting for it.
And if anyone knows what our Week 14 one was, please throw it in the chat. I'm
pretty sure it was Tony
I'm
Pollard.
down with CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, I think CD's good. I think no touchdowns, but he was
All
moving the chains.
even says CD was on his way until the passing game fell apart.
Yep. Who else do you give it to if it's not CD?
I know.
And Noah Brown was there too, but
Hank
can't
said
volley-
CeeDee Lamb initially as well.
you can't volleyball it to someone for them to then go score. It's a tough loss, man.
Hey,
it
no one-
sucks.
No one's arguing. Player of the game, Kraken player of the game goes out to CeeDee Lamb.
I can't wait till next week when we can't remember who we picked this week.
I got it written down this time. Only missing Week 14. So if you know who Week 14 is, if you remember anyone who we picked for Kraken player of the game, let us know in chat.
Sylvia
please.
Ho 24 says, "Do we still have a playoff chance?"
Yeah, of course we do.
Well, be nice.
Yes,
be
yes.
nice to Sylvia.
I'm not being mean, but yeah, of course we do. We're 10-4 right now. We're still in the 5th seed spot. We still have 3 games up on the. Well, we'll only have 2 games up on the 5th and 6th seeds because they're playing against. Or sorry, the 6th and 7th seeds because they're playing against each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, we 100% still have a playoff chance. We're playing
Playoffs.
the Eagles on Christmas Eve. Then we travel and play against the Titans, and then we finish off the season in Washington.
So
And
How do you feel? How do you feel about the Eagles this Saturday? I mean, obviously after this game, not great.
I don't know. I'm actually excited for that game because it's gonna set the bar for us. It's gonna reset a lot of opinions. Sure, it might not mean much in the standings and where we're gonna seed out, but if we can beat the Eagles, we can beat anyone else in the NFL.
Yeah.
In terms of so Ultra saying 33 points in the second half should get DQ fired. I don't want to talk about DQ getting fired.
It's never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Get the fuck out of here.
Third-
Come
just won't happen.
on.
33 points in the second half.
That's awful.
Primarily our cornerback issue.
But yeah, they
Well,
ended up skidding. They ended up skidding Calvin Joseph off the field. They brought Nashawn Wright in to play for him because he gave up 2 touchdowns.
Anthony,
Now-
you're going to be okay.
Well, now I'm about to cry again.
Are you all right? Hey, are you all right?
But
Are you all right?
but we go back to the point of the cornerback. We were worried about it, and actually, ads. How do you beat the Cowboys this week? Was
Attack the cornerbacks.
attack the cornerbacks, and
They basically
did it.
They did 2 of the 3 things I said. I said attack the cornerbacks, then let your run game start to affect them, which is what they did
it
with
did.
Etienne
It
Jr.
literally did. It
and
actually
Agnew,
opened it up.
And then I said start rolling out, and then start doing some rollout and scramble plays with Lawrence.
So
And you could see it. We posted it yesterday. I clipped it.
it sucks.
You
It
did.
sucks that it seems like our defense now is getting back to how I'm used to the Cowboys being.
Don't say that.
It felt like that it just felt like whatever
Soft.
the Jaguars wanted to do, they did. Minus Deron Bland. Deron Bland also probably could have been a very, very close Kraken player of the game. Deron Bland played great. Couple pass breakups, interception. Deron Bland played great.
He made some mistakes too.
He made mistakes. That's why he didn't get didn't get the
Didn't
game
crack
ball.
'em.
What
That's
do you
right,
think's
that's right.
going on with Micah? Like, so Micah got the sack, and then they got the fumble recovery, but that's, I mean, the fumble recovery is whatever. But do you like how come
Maybe
Micah
he's banged
hasn't
up
been
a
an
bit.
impact? He hasn't been as an
He got a
impact
sack
player as he
today,
was the
early
first.
sack.
I know, but in terms of like Micah, like if you
He's
look
not
at the,
getting the same pressures as he was earlier in the season.
Micah.
Game
Well-
planning, man. You get enough film on someone, eventually you watch the plays, they don't do something well, and then you try to do that to them every time, right?
Yeah.
The more film that gets put on someone, the better chance you can stop them.
Your only hope is that you just continue to evolve your game, even if it's the same thing. You're just doing it better and better and better. So it doesn't matter that they have that much film on you. You just like have that move that you do.
Can we do something not so fun?
Are we gonna take our pants off?
Well, that'd be fun.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Can we can we find the moment that they scored their interception touchdown on our stream, and we can watch what we all did?
Bring it up.
We can watch, because I think this place went silent as a motherfucker.
It did. It was quiet as a church in here.
And we aren't quiet people. We're usually we're loud no matter what. But I think it would be funny to see. One, I'm just trying to skip a step so that when I go to edit something, I can already kind of start getting an idea of what I want to edit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get. Here we go. I got it.
But I'm pretty sure we went.
Okay, here's a good point
Ah.
that Hank mentioned earlier on. He goes, misdirection is the key to beating our defense. Fast
It
flow
is.
teams overact.
100%. You know what? Hank's dropping some pretty good points.
He does.
I had some issues with Hank earlier on, but he's
No.
pretty knowledgeable. He's got some good takes, and
It's only when Hank's being nasty that we. What am I looking
You're
for?
looking for the end, the last play, the last interception. So it'll
but
be right
our
at the end.
reaction, I want to see how we acted.
And then all even says if the defensive line can't get pressure with the blitzing, it's going to kill us because of the back end is rubbish.
Yep.
Eagles can get pressure without blitzing.
And that's a key. That's a key. It's been one of those things in NFL history. If you can get to the quarterback with 4 defensive linemen, you're going to be a lot better than the people you're playing. If you can't get there with that 4, is this it?
You want sound?
No. You don't have.
Yeah,
to.
you need sound.
We'll get flagged
By your own channel.
Imagine we flagged ourselves. How do you know where we're at here?
I
Did
don't
you
know.
find it?
Little draw play. Ooh, that's a stuffed sandwich.
Hang
So
on.
it's going to be 3rd and 4. So FYI, we'll have to 3 touchdowns. Yeah.
Dakota.
Oh!
There it is.
This is it, because I'm not talking.
You're frozen here.
So we're just watching our own reaction. Is
in
that
motion. Go to
Make
the
it
top of your
rain,
screen.
Dakota.
Get rained.
Oh, God.
No!
No.
I look frozen. And ad didn't switch at all. So this
You're
might not
down.
be. I might not be able to use this.
No fucking way.
No, I won't be able to use the clip. At least we watched it.
Hang on, you might be able to.
No, I'm too frozen.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You can cut some
Are
of
you
that.
fucking
Yeah.
kid- What happened? Please tell me it hit the ground. That is like absolute. That is like so, they've already said.
Might be able to use that.
I'm evil.
Awful. I hate rewatching
Guys,
it, but
they're-
it just.
they're just
You know what? I
getting
like to
started,
give
you
myself
know?
pain.
No, keep going. He does the little
Yeah,
back
but guess
pressure
what?
thing here.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Bad game by the Cowboys. And we're gonna talk about it in the live chat.
Guess what?
But I'm
I'm
okay.
okay. I'm okay.
I'm not okay. I'm
like
not
a-
okay. You know what though? Okay, what did we call start of the season? I'm pretty sure we all. I called 12 and
You
5.
call 12 and 5. You
I
call 12
100%
and 5.
called 12 and 5.
Let me look in the almanac. No,
Oh
this
my
is
god! Don't even try to find it in there.
I do have
Almanac.
it in
He
here.
wants to say almanac.
almanac.
I'm gonna find the almanac.
What is it?
Almanac. Almanac.
Almanac.
Jose's asking, are we doing any call-ins today?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Get the call and number going. I'm sleeping here tonight, so we got lots of time. You don't work tomorrow.
No.
I'm pretty sure I don't work tomorrow.
I'm pretty sure the rest of my work is no one's doing anything,
So we're golden. Let's get some call-ins here.
but I'm available.
Let's get some call-ins, baby.
DMGuru.ca. Make sure you send the
We did
good
fuck up.
news.
We should have ordered. We should have ordered some of those juicy ass.
Adam's got his personal notes in this book.
Well,
It's
it's
like-
probably a book I grabbed from one of my...
It's like maybe
is not-
maybe unfriending Alex on Instagram. Yeah, we'll get a
So,
call-up
yeah,
number in there.
Colin's going to be Zoom, so I'm going to grab the link meeting. I'm going to put it in the chat.
We're
and
going
then
to get some
I'll put the call-in number on the screen.
We're going to get some call-ins. Hey, if this is your first time in here, hit that like button. We always do this. We do the live stream watch party during the game, and then we always do a post-game. Midweek, we do a Wednesday night live stream kind of episode podcast, whatever you want to call it. This is always more fun when we come off.
But guess what, Anth?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, look. Hey, I feel it.
I'm fucking sorry.
But just think about where we are now.
Yeah.
And what it could have been when throughout the season. Like,
let's be realistic.
We are in good spirits in terms of record.
At the start of the season, if you said, hey, at the end of week 15, you guys are going to be 10-4. Would I say, yeah, I like that, or no, I don't? I would say, yes, I like that.
Yeah.
Right? It's just these overtime losses and the way we played against Houston makes me get a bit nervous. But you're right. To get into the playoffs, we need to have a winning record, and you need to make the dance. I just don't like getting there on a couple shitty games.
No, and I don't like the way that we've I was expecting more so that the offense was going to like pick up, and then the defense was going to continue how it was. We've kind of seen this like teeter. If I'm looking at an overall of the team, the overall hasn't changed. Our offense has been playing better, and our defense has been playing. Now, I know I'm saying that with what just happened in the game.
Tay just texted me saying Babes is drunk.
Babes?
Like she's calling Alex Babes?
Is that Adam?
Yeah, are you calling Alex your babe? That's weird. No,
Okay,
Alex
so
doesn't even look that drunk.
Zoom info is in the description, and the call-in number's on the screen. We are only going to take one call-in number at a time.
Yeah, we're not going Royal Rumble. We did
especially
the Royal
after
Rumble.
a loss.
We did the Royal Rumble. Yeah, the Royal Rumble was after we won 54-19.
I love the Royal Rumble, to be honest.
It was wild. The Royal Rumble, that's folklore.
And EJ Savage always gets priority in my book with his calm demeanor.
Yeah. EJ lays it down.
Ultra wants on. Hank wants on. They're both just
which is
clamoring
fine.
for it.
Which is fine. But one of you guys is gonna have to sit in the green room. We're taking calls. Hundo P. Can AJ? So are we still banned on TikTok?
Jeffrey Hoover says, I told my wife I wouldn't watch football all of 2023 if the Cowboys win the Super Bowl. Doesn't mean I can't watch y'all. Nice catch.
We've been on point today, though.
Yeah.
We've been on point.
Yes.
Hey, too bad we didn't have our quarterback and receivers in the same type of chemistry. You know.
Good thing I didn't know Brown that nude into my laptop there.
There it is.
There it is. That's him. That's him right there. So we're saying CeeDee Lamb player of the game. Defensive player of the game for me was Deron Bland. I'm just trying to have some talking points. Next week, Christmas fucking Eve, man.
Okay.
Eagles. Christmas
Eve. What I'm looking for against the Eagles
is still exciting to me. Like beating the Eagles. I don't care if we're 1-15, 1-14. When I go against the Eagles, I want that W. I want that sweet George W.
I want it too, and I can taste it. And what the Cowboys need to do is just dig deep into their fucking socks and pull them up.
Yep.
And
okay,
say,
we got
hey, we've proven that we've had what we need on the fucking field, right?
Yep.
So,
we got a caller.
Who's calling in?
Who is it? Caller, who is it?
Ultra
Cowboy.
There he is.
Jose Ultra Cowboy.
Oh, Lord.
We give you
You
the
guys
floor.
need to keep on drinking.
Oh,
You guys need to keep on drinking.
Oh, we are. Trust me. We haven't stopped.
Are you drinking too?
No, I'm already drunk as a long time ago.
Okay.
But, it's the same common, it's the same common denominator. I can figure out this team. Until you get rid of all the Garrett guys, it's going to be the same old stuff. Now, this is the question. People criticize the Eagles, but when the Eagles had the game on the line I was watching, they didn't go to their cheerleader. They went to A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
Why you don't design a play to go to CeeDee Lamb, who's your number one, with the game on the line? That's my biggest issue with Kellen.
I agree.
I'm tired of all these Dak excuses. The same thing is, I broke like 4 TVs with Romo. I haven't broken none because Romo's like my it got me like to be more relaxed. But Dak is the same old. You know, until you eliminate that common denominator, which is not drafting a quarterback in the first round,
Yeah.
you're going to still have these same old. I feel bad because I got to witness 3 Super Bowls. You know, when I was growing up, I got to witness 3 Super Bowls, and I want to see you younger Cowboys fans win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, we
But
want
as
it.
long as
Crack him if you got
Crack
him.
him if
you
you
know
got him.
another thing I need you guys need to notice, they are 0-2 and when Jerry keeps on bringing Odell talk. They
Yeah.
lost to the Packers when we had that Odell talk. They blew that game.
Jerry,
This
shut
game
the
they
fuck
blew
up!
again after Odell. It's a circus with this guy.
It is. Hey, we're not. This is the thing. Jerry Jones is always just trying to keep his. Even when they're always in the media, no matter what, he always just wants to get a little bit more. Like this Odell talk before the game wasn't needed. Now, as fans, I don't think at this point any of us want Odell, but especially if he's not going to do anything trying to get us into playoffs. Like, why would we want him then? Playoffs when we get to playoffs. But Ultra, I do agree with you what you're saying. Tough loss, man. This is just a tough loss.
Ultra, I got a question for you. So, like, obviously, we can't get. I mean, so you're one of the biggest shoehorns for getting rid of Dak in the offseason, drafting a different quarterback. You know, Dak's not your guy. Totally get it. What do we need to do what do we need to do on the Eagles this coming Saturday? And what do we need to do for the rest of the season in order to cleanse?
And it can't be. Don't start Dak Prescott and fire Dan
right.
Quinn. It's got to
We
be
gotta
something.
roll with what's
It's got to be something
realistic.
realistic.
Okay, that's a great point. But it's like I'm the firm believer. If you had a bad wife for 7 years, would you get rid of her?
Yes.
Dude, we
I
can't
mean,
get we're
what?
stuck with that.
What's she like? What's she
If
like?
you had a
What's
bad
she like
wife
under
for
the
7
sheets?
years, fine. If you had a bad wife for 7 years, would you move on?
Hey, but that's fair point. But that's not what we're asking you. We're saying, what would you do?
We have
next?
to play with him now.
He's Dak. There's no way
This-
Dak Prescott's not playing on Thanksgiving. Look at I am drunk.
Christmas Eve.
This,
On
this-
Christmas Eve next week.
this team has a lot of issues, man.
Yeah.
You know, I thought they have a lot of issues. To give up
Yes.
40, this team ain't killers. You know, it's like I'd rather have Navy SEALs, but it looks like we have the Navy band with Dan Quinn calling the games. You know, I was never a firm believer of when he hired him because in 2013 and 2014, Dan Quinn's defense choked away 2 Super Bowls. He had a 10-point lead against the Patriots. They always like to blame Russell Wilson. And then when he was the Falcons head coach, they choked away that Super Bowl. To me, I always been a person that Dan Quinn needs to be in the Navy band and not in Special Forces. You know, he doesn't have the killer
Ultra,
instinct.
I'm gonna
Why
cut,
you not
ultra. I'm gonna cut you off there for 1 second. It has nothing to do with Dan Quinn. It has to do with the question we asked you. What do we have to do next week on Christmas Eve? I almost said Thanksgiving again. What do we have to do on Christmas Eve to beat the Eagles? I get it. Dan Quinn, you think he's got to go. Dak Prescott, you think he's got to go. They're both going to be there
You know what
next,
you need to
next
do?
Saturday.
I got what you need to do. You need to go to church and pray.
Well, I can't do it.
Because
It's Sunday. It's Sunday
This
today.
team, this,
Ultra.
this team, this
Sorry, we
you
keep
know
cutting
what
each
I would
other
do
off.
is honestly, okay, if I'm Mike McCarthy, I throw what's his name in the goddamn closet and go 1-on-1. Why the hell you designing a play
Turpin?
with the game on the line for Noah Brown and not CeeDee Lamb?
Yeah.
Why they stop
yeah.
throwing to CeeDee Lamb when he's cooking everybody?
Truth.
Yeah, very, very much,
Hey.
very much so.
Ultra, it's like when
You don't
think
go
about
to a cheerleader. You don't go to your cheerleader when you have a number one that was killing people. That's the problem. Kellen Moore is too cute. You know, I said that when Garrett was gone, they needed to clean out house. They should have never brought Kellen Moore back. They should let Mike McCarthy hire his goddamn OC, and Dak needs to have somebody that is not his buddy telling him what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Dak has regressed the last couple of years.
I mean, so you're not wrong. I mean,
Not wrong.
So going just to go over
Not
to
wrong. He's not wrong.
When Von Miller asked Micah Parsons, is Jalen Hurts the MVP, and Micah Parsons says, is it the system or is it Jalen Hurts? And you have the whole question of taking a team like the Eagles and designing a system around the strengths of the quarterback. You're obviously saying that the strengths to Dak Prescott are just not there with the offensive with our offensive coordinator and the way that the Cowboys are currently set up at the moment.
But you're a smart man. You can do that when you have a quarterback on a rookie contract. But when you pay somebody $40 million, if he's not doing it, do like what the Seahawks did with Russell Wilson. Pawn off your lemon and regroup and draft another quarterback.
Can I ask you something though?
We got to talk about this Eagles game, baby.
Sorry. Time out. the Seahawks aren't going to make playoffs this year. Just so you know that the
Nope,
Seahawks they're
got
going to be
rid of
watching
Russell Wilson.
playoffs. Would you at the start of the year want to make playoffs or not make playoffs? Do you want to be in playoffs or not be in playoffs? At the start of every year.
I think every year you want to make the playoffs, but every
Exactly.
year it
So
comes
if you
back
trade a star-studded quarterback away, you're almost forfeiting the following year. That's all I'm saying. We would make a trade right now, Ultra, if we had traded Dak Prescott away and we were 6 and whatever.
No, I'm talking about next offseason coming up because this team is going to be one and done in the playoffs. There's no doubt in my mind. This team is too soft still. Until you get more rid of Garrett guys, they're too soft. I'm talking about the Garrett guys.
I'm worried about it.
Allen.
Yeah. We've said before that none of us are disagreeing the fact that we should draft a quarterback if we had the opportunity to draft a quarterback in the upcoming draft. Because obviously with Cooper Rush, him being around for a few years, we don't have that next up type of quarterback mentality. So we are pigeonholed with Dak Prescott at the moment. Obviously in a game like this where Dak Prescott, we feel like he could have made, or even the last couple games, Dak Prescott should have made some better decision-calling plays, not looking comfortable, just not being that kind of consistent rock that the Cowboys are needing. It's absolutely very concerning. So I think if we have the opportunity to draft a quarterback, let's do it. But like Anth was saying, there's no chance. Like, we still have a chance to make it far next year with Dak Prescott, regardless of the situation.
Dak Prescott's going to be the quarterback next year. As no matter how mad.
I hate the Eagles, right? Eagles. Let me explain some of the Eagles. But one thing the Eagles do well, they get rid of their lemon. Okay, they invested a lot of draft capital when they move up for Wentz, right?
Yep.
They saw Wentz was not that good. What did he do? They went and drafted Hurts. And midway season, they developed Hurts, and then they said, okay, now let's get rid of Wentz. The Cowboys don't do that. And you guys are very smart. You've been through this. I've been through this. We had Romo. I always said Romo when he fumbled that snap against the Seahawks, this dude is not a winning quarterback.
Why was he holding the why is he okay? So name any other quarterback. Ultra. Why the fuck was he holding the fucking kick in the first place? Why is your starting quarterback the fucking holder for the place kicker?
But he's not a winner. Winners don't fumble that ball. Now, okay, what did Mike McCarthy do? Okay, Mark McCarthy had Brett Favre, right?
No, he had Aaron Rodgers.
He saw Aaron Rodgers fall in the draft. What did he do? He drafted Aaron. He let Aaron sit for 2 or 3 years. Then he said, you know what? It's time to move on from Brett Favre. And he had Aaron already coming in, and look what Aaron. We need, people might hate it. It's nothing to that. Dak is not a winner.
But
he's not a winner.
Even with your suggestion, he's still the quarterback next year. You're not drafting someone and then having him start.
This is what I would do. I draft another one, like an Anthony Richardson or Will Levis. That somebody that falls to you, I draft them. And there was rumors like that they were looking at Malik Willis and other quarterbacks to have him sit behind Dak.
Fuck Malik
And then you
Willis.
play him one more year. If he doesn't win the Super Bowl next year,
if they would have
then
drafted
you move on, you get that contract, and you have a rookie quarterback that you develop for a year and a half, and you let him go in and be a quarterback.
Ultra, give us your last weaning thoughts here. What do we have to give us one thing that we have to do next week to beat the Eagles?
We're not beating the Eagles.
I don't
10
care.
and 5.
But give us one thing. One thing.
One thing? There's a lot of issues with that team right now.
That's not one thing. Give us just one of those issues.
Give us your top issue, because we got to move on to our next caller here.
What my top issue is if I'm Mike McCarthy, my job is on the line. I'm putting him in the little damn corner, like what happened when Dak got hurt, and pushing goddamn Kellen Moore into the corner and saying, you know what? Stop this bullshit. Design a play with your number one and not number your third when the game is on the line, like the Eagles do, and we need to go out and win. And stop calling. You're so predictable on offense. But Dan Quinn doesn't escape from all this. Dan Quinn does not escape. I don't like Dan Quinn. I've been saying it. I've been blocked by many YouTube channels about that.
Ultra, we love you. Ultra, we'll never block you, but we are going to cut you off just because we have another caller, bro. We appreciate the call-in. We love talking to you, and we will never block you. Never.
And remember this. I'll be at the draft praying for another quarterback to be drafted next year.
All right.
Yeah,
I hope we see you, my friend.
We'll see you there.
Fair enough.
Take care, Ultra.
All right. Take care.
Peace.
Okay.
All right.
Ultra always fiery, and we can't hate that.
No,
that's
of course
what
not.
we want. That we want the fiery.
We
and
do.
He's respectful. He's respectful with
And
his
great
opinions.
points. Great
And
points.
great points. So
But-
caller on the line.
It's our boy Barry Grant Jr.
Oh,
Boy, Barry Grant Jr. from the All Even podcast.
Hey Barry, let's rewind like 2.5 hours ago, and exactly, I think the last thing you were talking about going into the second half happened. It's
Yeah.
awful. Fucking terrible.
Exactly what I said. It's like I felt like I jinxed him, I guess.
I'm
My
not gonna put this on you because I'm not putting it on Dak. So now I'm gonna put it on you. You're right though, man. And Barry, the issue right now with me is after watching some, I don't feel like we have a killer instinct. This team, I don't feel like it has a killer instinct.
No. Yeah, I gotta agree with you, man. I think we're front runners.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is that, team looks great when we're up and everybody's high-fiving and all of that stuff. But if you notice, when this team gets down, they don't necessarily cue to the sidelines much and see anybody trying to rah-rah and
Right.
get people up, because this is not that type of team. Why? Because the head coach is not like that. And it's up to the players to be able to take that responsibility. I expect Micah to be that guy to be in everybody's face, but guess what? He's not.
I don't think he isn't, is he?
No.
And that to
Lawrence
me is a problem.
That's
Yeah,
to me,
exactly.
Yeah. And
Lawrence is the guy.
Sure,
but Micah,
yeah.
if Micah's supposed to be the big, the big time player that he is, and he always has a soundbite for the week and all this stuff, and
Yep.
you need to start behaving like that on the sidelines and getting your defense in order.
You gotta get in some motherfuckers' faces, man.
Defeated. Yeah, I agree. They look defeated. They look defeated when they were up.
In the third quarter.
Right.
A couple things went bad, and it just seemed like no one cared. And this is, man, I totally agree. I love Micah. I think Micah was a great draft pick. But if you want to be the greatest to ever play, you got to be that dude that starts holding people accountable. You got to be that guy to get in someone's face. If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna be that guy that's putting out numbers and putting up stats, you got to expect that from everyone else.
I just want to also throw out there, because I think it's fair to consider. Crack him if you got him.
Crack him if you got him, son. We're still drinking. We're depressing. We're depressed drinking right now.
You got to drink more now.
Yeah, right.
I know.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do.
Let's look at the injuries on defense, and I'm not making excuses.
No,
but
you're being a realist.
I want to factor that in.
AJ, you're always bringing up the facts.
Hankins was a big loss. Is shown to be a huge loss.
So you go from the last time that we had almost 200 or had 200 yards rushed on us to today. What was the in between where it didn't happen? We traded for Hankins, and we weren't getting rushed on for almost 200 yards a game. He's injured. He's out. We almost get 200 yards put up on us again. A dude that's not going to show up on the stat sheet slots, but obviously he was making a difference, and he should be back for playoffs.
And I think also too, us losing LVE early, that matters. I think LVE makes some big plays, man. He made some big plays last week. He's made some big plays, in the games prior. So,
you're right.
You need guys that have, I'm not going to say that these guys haven't been there before, but it's just, there's just a feeling around this team. And I don't know if you guys are going to agree with this, but it never feels like it's a closed game. Like, even if they're up 20, it's like, you still have to be like, oh, okay, well, is Dak going to throw an interception?
You have to be on your feet.
There's always an if factor with this team. And that's the problem, is that there's more question marks than there is certainty with this team, because there's a lot of things that have if before it. If CeeDee Lamb can be able to be a number one receiver and be consistent and run good routes and not have any miscommunication with Dak, if Dak can be able to limit the turnovers, if we can be able to go get another receiver on the outside, if the offensive line can hold up on the left side, if the defense, like, it's always something with it. Yeah. And that's why there's uncertainty with this team going forward. And Jerry has to see that, and there has to, I don't know if there's anything he can be able to do this year. This year might just be, we just got to play out the string and see how it goes.
You know what, though? I kind of like the fact that, like, at this time last year, I think when we were probably around the same record, like 10-4, I think pretty much around this time of the year, until we lost to the Cardinals late in the season, we were all jacked up thinking Super Bowl, right? Thinking Super Bowl. This year, it's the opposite. It's like, fuck, 10-4. Like, it's the sky's falling.
Guys,
I almost think it's, for me, I would rather go in not feeling like we have a chance to win the Super Bowl because I always get let down.
Yeah.
Maybe this year is the
right.
fun time. It's like, oh my God, maybe we're not as good as we hope we are. And then we can kind of feel a little underdoggy. I don't know.
Yeah, fly under the radar.
AJ doesn't like what I just said. AJ does not like what I just said. I seen him shaking his head over there.
No, all I want to say is,
Or are you stretching your neck?
No, I'm stretching my neck, bro. And what I really want, I just think like someone needs to go in to the locker room on
Whip his
both
dick
sides
out.
of the ball with their dick out, swinging hard, and say, and say like, we have played championship level football this season. This is not like we've seen it in pockets throughout this season. Now, it's not been consistent enough to be excited about, and that's what all of us are worried about.
Yeah,
but if they can come, if they can just say, you have it, like they need to dig deep. Every single person on the team needs to dig deep and believe that, I know it's weird to say because I'm not a spiritual nor religious guy. Maybe I am. I don't fucking know. I'm just
maybe by saying that, maybe that automatically makes you one.
Maybe it does. But you gotta, like, we've seen all of these players play to a level that can bring us to a championship, and that's what they need to do.
Okay, so Barry, we got a couple other callers on. I want to know do you think we have a chance? This is a 2-part question for you. Do it. You're my fucking guy. You're my fucking guy, Barry.
Honestly, man, it really depends on matchups in the playoffs. Like if we are going to Tampa, it gets dicey because we're talking about we have to play Brady, and no matter how bad the Bucs have looked this season, no matter what he's gone through, it's still Brady at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And
he's
it really just depends on how we're looking towards the end of the season. Can we be able to win out and get some confidence going into the season? Or are we going to flutter to the playoffs and then, have to really, I don't know. Any team can be able to win it, right?
Yeah.
If you get hot enough. We saw the Bengals get to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
It's possible.
Get hot when you get hot.
There's a lot of things that I need to see from number 4 that is going to, make my decision going forward. Like I need to see him get to that level that I haven't seen before. Is it possible? Absolutely. Joe Flacco did it. You know what I'm saying? In the
Joe
playoffs.
Flacco won the fucking Super Bowl for sure.
The Ravens were not picked to win the Super Bowl that year. And
Eli Manning did it with
Eli Manning,
very,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
not good teams.
So you have these quarterbacks that have made their name for one stretch in the playoffs, for one run.
Holsteiner or whatever his name was.
But we gotta see it. We gotta see it, man. So.
All right, Barry, we always love having you come on here. We do have a couple guys in the waiting room here.
Yes, sir.
Love you, buddy.
All right, man. Well, Barry, let's get you on in the midweek show when we're talking about what we need to do to break down the Eagles game.
Full show. I want 45 to 75 minutes of Barry Grant. I don't want these 15 minutes.
Well, and I want to see him. You're calling in.
It's like, give me that video. I need some Barry Grant Jr. face here.
I need to see him.
Listen, I'm a little under the weather today, so I got the sheets under me and all that stuff. So, I'll be ready to go for Wednesday.
Get healthy for our Wednesday game.
All right, bro. Later.
Right. Peace, Barry.
See you, Barry.
Later.
Okay,
all
so
right, on to the
I
next
love that
caller.
fucking dude.
I'm going to bring in the next caller. We got a couple in the chat. I think this might be Hank, but we'll see.
I can't remember. Have we had Hank on before?
We've never had Hank
No,
on
hang
before.
This is definitely Hank.
Oh, Hank, there he is. There he is.
Hey, nice a voice to the name. Love it.
That's
Yes,
Hank.
it's a southern United States kind of dialect.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's all good. That's what we expect. That's
You know what,
we want.
Hank? What we've always discovered on these calls is that a person's persona in the call is a lot different than their persona on the chat.
Yeah,
so
and
not a lot different,
yeah,
but just much more reasonable. Let's say. So I give you the floor. Give us your thoughts of the game.
And before you go, Hank,
Oh,
I'm
hang on,
going to give you one of these since you're the first time caller.
Crack him if you got him.
Crack him if you got him,
Crack
Hank.
him if you got
All
him,
right,
Hank.
you have the
All
floor.
right. Yep. Well, okay. Like today, I don't know. It's a microcosm of the team, right? You can get up and get a lead, but can you? We talk about the game being 4 quarters long all the time. What difference does it make if it's 10-10 or 38-38? Football is situational, right? In other words, if it's 3rd and 4, it's easy to make a 3rd and 4 throw when it's 27-3. But when it's 34-34 and you're in overtime, you might squeeze that football just a little bit tighter and make not a bad throw, right? Not a bad throw, but you have a 6'4" wide receiver. The last place you want to put the ball is down low.
Yeah.
So to say it's not on Dak, I'm going to give that a 50-50 interception, right? It's on both of them. Sure, you might make the play, but you also might make a better throw.
No, you're
no.
You're not wrong.
Are we talking about the last catch?
The very last, the last the volley,
the volley. We just say if the ball touches a receiver's hands, you
got to give the benefit.
We just say that they should be catching that ball.
Catching that
now
ball.
It could be a wild throw, of course, but
and we're not saying you.
We're not saying you're wrong. Agreed.
Our actual first interpretation of the play was Dak looked nervous, and I actually like the way you said it. It's funny in a situation, and this is what brings situational football. 3rd and 4 when it's tied game in overtime versus 3rd and 4, 27-3. It's crazy how it is so different. Yeah. You know, and I do like the way that you brought that up, because you would think, oh, a play's a play, and it's like it just doesn't work that way, and it's I don't like that we don't know what we're gonna get from this offense.
Yeah.
Like I
might
felt
not
nervous
matter.
with them.
Sure, it might not matter to you guys, but I have some familiarity with the position. I at least played quarterback through high school, so the concepts and stuff and the understanding of the position.
Did you ever win state?
I for sure have. And I love
Hank,
it.
time out.
Like,
Hank, time out. Did you ever win state?
Dude, we barely won games.
So
I don't know if you guys know about our area, but it's really kind of like we got some really great football around here in the Virginia area. We have a lot of players from this area in all kinds of sports, so it's very competitive. But one of the points that I want to make with you guys while I'm on here is the Romo hate that people continuously have. Your boy brings up a drop in a playoff game, but I can't bring up Dak running off the final 14 seconds of the 49ers.
Of course
game.
You can.
Bring it up. We cringed at that.
Of course you can.
We don't shy away
That was
from
one
that.
of the worst fucking things I've ever seen.
Started. Hold on. Same game. Okay, it's 16-7 with 7:20 left, and we got the ball. First off, if we're doing good, why we got 7 points midway through the 3rd quarter?
Yeah.
So that's on your quarterback. Secondly, he throws an interception on our 25.
Breathe, Hank.
And
Breathe.
people want to make excuses that Debo runs the ball in on the next play. Well, I guess so. Didn't our defense just get off the field?
Yep.
Fair. Very fair.
Fair point.
We got to look for
Hank.
Love
Love the passion.
all great points.
Let's
look
passion.
forward.
I feel like you're like me. You blacked out when you just said what you said.
No,
I can
because
tell. That's how I get when I rant.
We have the team we have for the next 4 games into the playoffs. Okay, I love the callback because it gives us a little bit of foundation here of where you're coming from. Let's look forward now. What can we do to make it to the playoffs in a not only. I'm not even talking about win out to the playoffs, but just make it to the playoffs where we feel comfortable about playing in a fucking playoff game
against a good team.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, first off, we got to bye because we're going to play the winner of that raggedy division. So that I'm not even going to count that as a playoff win, even though that will listen. That will be compared to the Romo who only had 2. You know.
So wait, you're a Romo fan then?
I'm a Des Bryant fan.
Yeah, me too.
That's my guy. That's my favorite player ever. And I thought Jason Witten, until Dak got here, was the most overrated player in Cowboys history.
Interesting.
He moved. Y'all remember I said the oak tree? That's how Witten was.
Yeah.
He didn't break a tackle the last 5 years he was in Dallas.
Oh, maybe 8.
And who threw him the ball?
Yeah,
who threw him the ball?
Yeah.
Hey, people forget Romo goes into Seattle, right, when the Legion of Boom was hot and hadn't lost a game at home in forever. Falls down 10-0. Who wins? Cowboys win.
Oh, I'm a huge Romo fan. I'm a huge
Romo
Romo
hits
fan.
tomorrow, and I'm a Cowboys fan. I just get tired of the vitriol for him. People are dragging Romo into Dak's trash. That bothers me. We already criticized Romo's entire career. It's Dak time. That's why I go in on him so hard, because I get sick of the excuses, man. It's like a whole scroll of excuses for Dak.
Yeah.
No interception is ever his fault. But hey, win 40-3, and all we want to talk about is how great Dak was. Really, didn't Pollard get the MVP of the NFL that week? So that's my issue with all of this. Everything is slanted. I tell people all the time, I'm sick of the Dakist Cowboys. I want the Dallas Cowboys back.
Fair enough. So give us one. Give us one, because we got another caller in the waiting room. Give us one thing that we need to do next week to beat. Because you know what? It sucks. We lost to the Jaguars. There's lots that we got to fix. But it's Eagles week next week, man. On Christmas Eve. We know it's a big week for us fans.
And just before you say that, Barry Grant Jr., who was on before, says, Reverend Hank, I'm his deacon.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So Barry Grant Jr.
Barry loves some
The funny part about it is get this. We don't even get the Cowboys game here next week because Washington plays at San Francisco at the same time. I live in Virginia. We get the Washington game. So
go to Reddit.
Hank, you know where to tune in, bro.
Yeah, we'll be calling it live.
I will. I'm going to be in with you guys forever. What we need to do is we have to be physical. Okay, The Titans are after the Eagles, right? And then Washington's going to be the best defense we face all year. And they're going to possibly need a playoff chance, right?
They're
going to possibly need the game.
They got Chase Young back.
I'm going to tell you something, Chase. I would save them for the playoffs. I would. I wouldn't even try.
Not a terrible idea.
That's what they're doing. And please, I beggeth thee, shut up about OBJ. We can't get the guys the ball that we got already. What do we need him for?
I agree.
Bye, people. Love you guys.
Hey, thanks, Hank.
Thanks so
Appreciate
much,
the call,
brother.
Man.
Take
First
care.
time caller Hank has been in a couple of the live streams. Great takes, honestly. I don't think we've had a couple trolls a couple times that call in and just say stupid shit. But I honestly feel like AJ said earlier, I feel like our call-ins are always
love what they have to say.
I do.
Who do we got in now, Ad? Adam's brought in two.
No.
Royal Rumble.
You got in the Royal Rumble right now.
Hank might still be on, but next caller, who do we got? Fly white guy?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
you.
how are you?
Good. How the hell are you?
All right, listen. Dude, we're doing well. We're down here in Texas, bro. We're rooting for the Cowboys, as always. And, I recently found you guys on YouTube, and it was funny. You guys are wonderful, man. I love cracking the can while y'all crack the can. It's a fun time.
Crack 'em if you got 'em, son. Crack 'em if you got 'em.
Yeah, absolutely, sirs. Absolutely. Actually, I'm going to watch, I don't know if this is like a stitch into your YouTube, but I'm going to watch the new Avatar after that loss. But, hey, I just want to look, as far as like the Cowboys goes, fellas, I'm 34 years old, and I've been watching them for a long time. They break our hearts a lot. So, how about let's just enjoy the ride, fellas? Let's not talk about trading nobody here. Let's go to next week and beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
This is a caller I can get on the fucking page with. What did you say his name was? Fly White Guy?
Fly White Guy.
I probably shouldn't say
Fly
that.
White Guy. Hey, if you want my name is Christopher Irwin, and originally from the East Coast of North Carolina, but recently living down here in Texas. And boys, we're in it still. There's no need to fucking hang it up yet. Sorry if I cussed, and that's a bad thing. But
say cock, say fuck if you want. No, you're in a
say cock.
Yeah,
say puss. Say all the good.
Hey, so I actually, dude. So I reached out to you guys. I messaged you. I commented on one of y'all's videos, and I was like, hey, look, I'm gonna be at the Houston Texans game, and I was there. I was behind the end zone. And when we made that 4th and goal stop, you best believe I had my whole section standing up and rooting for the Cowboys to make that stop. And then they went down and ran it 98 yards. Hey, look, tonight was a good game. It was a good game on multiple fronts, fellas. You got to look at the negative and the positive. We lost some fellas on defense, but as far as the positive goes, this is the second time this year we've been in overtime games. We take it down to the end, and they don't want to lose when it comes down to it. So I feel like we're going to fucking show up and make out when we need to here, fellas. So let's enjoy the ride for a little bit longer before we start talking about trading people.
Oh, I agree.
love it. Thank you so
Great,
much
great,
for this
great.
positive call.
A positive call's good, right? This feels good.
All right.
Is this the first positive call we've ever had? Well, I'm just okay.
Yeah.
I'm being a sensationalist.
Hey, chug one for me, and I promise you when I go into this movie theater, I will for you all. All right, fellas?
Did you say Chris? What's your name?
Yeah, Chris Irwin, like the crocodile hunter.
Chris
IRWIN.
This one's for you, son. Crack him if you got
Yes,
him,
sir.
Hey, Chris, I know you're
Hey,
going.
I'll be there.
I was going to say,
Go ahead.
I know you're going to the Avatar movie, and it is in water. Don't worry. You do not have to watch out for any stingray.
Can't believe the main character dies. I'm just
No, he's
kidding.
lying.
I haven't seen it. I haven't
He's
seen
lying.
it. I haven't seen it. It's not a spoiler.
Hey,
It's not a spoiler.
besides that, I'll be at the Philadelphia Eagles game, and I will scream loud enough for
shit.
40 of us, fellas.
Hey, if
40
you want
of
to
us.
become boots on the ground too.
Well, I'm gonna say, Chris, I don't know if you follow us on any other social media platform, but we do have Instagram and TikTok. If you have either of those, if you tag us on anything at Cowboys CanFan, fucking fire whatever live shit you're taking, we'll be posting that. We love when guys are there live.
right.
So if you want to hammer us as many videos as possible, man.
Appreciate it, brother.
We will. Hey, I'll make sure when we hang up, we'll get all your information and stuff. I'll look you guys up. I'm sure you got all the links in your YouTube stuff,
Yeah.
so I'll make sure to look it up.
Cowboys CanFan. You can't miss us.
And
All right.
Good luck at Ground Zero next week.
Well,
Yeah,
it's in-
dude.
it's in
Yeah, dude.
Dallas.
Oh, dude, we'll be so
Oh, right,
loud. It's gonna
right.
be my kids' very first NFL game too,
Nice.
so they get to step into
Oh.
the war zone
Oh,
of the
wow.
Eagles and the Cowboys.
Epic.
That's awesome, dude.
All right, Chris, have a good
Enjoy
night,
it,
man.
my man.
Thanks, Chris.
Looks like we
All
got
right, fellas, be good.
Hey, you too,
You
man.
too.
Looks like we got a super chat there, bro.
We do. Keith Murphy. I was going to say Kevin Murphy, like the hairdresser. Keith Murphy. If we give up 200 yards to Jayville, what would a team like San Francisco rush for? My goodness, that's a $4.99 super chat. What do you think about that, Anth?
Scary.
Yeah.
He makes a good point. He makes a good point. Like I said, I haven't watched every Jacksonville game, but I did watch their game against the Titans last week. Their running game sucked. Their running game did nothing. Literally did nothing.
And Etienne Jr. and
Etienne
Agnew
did
fucking
nothing.
just running over us.
Agnew was good against the Titans.
But I'm
Etienne
just-
sucked.
But I'm just saying, if you were looking to draft Christian McCaffrey, if you're looking
Oh,
to draft
man.
Joe Mixon, if you're looking to draft Derrick Henry, if you're looking to draft Miles Sanders,
Keep going.
you're-
Keep going.
Agnew and fucking Etienne Jr. are not even in your
Guys
fucking.
that scare you.
Here's the thing.
Shouldn't be, at least.
I think it's easier to construct a game around blocking Henry than it is around blocking Etney or
And is that- is-
Agnew.
Is that because they aren't?
Because Henry is like the pivotal point of that offense, whereas Etney and Agnew definitely are not necessarily. I mean, I don't watch enough fucking. Most of my knowledge comes from the fantasy football scores and then what I see on highlights, and so I don't see a lot of Jags in that at all. Right? Only Kirk. Because I have him on a couple teams.
Going into this game, what was the Jacksonville Jaguars defensive rank compared to our Dallas Cowboys offense?
Oh wow, that's a big.
That's
question.
that's a big question, and I know my boy AJ is going to even if he's not really the true fourth quarter AJ, so I can ask him difficult questions like this. I know he's going to deliver, so it's not that big of a deal. But I guess what I'm looking for is, you know, when we say things like the NFL is the NFL and any team can kind of come up and you know, obviously take it home in a game like this.
What do you want to know? Like
well, I just want to know.
stats-wise, or
no,
just like rank?
ranking wise. So like Jacksonville.
Well, there's a lot of different ranks.
The Jacksonville Jaguars defense. What were they ranked compared to?
No, they were
the
bad.
Dallas Cowboys offense.
They showed it. They were 14th in rushing, 28th in passing.
I'm going to say they're low in both.
No,
from what
they
I'm
were
seeing,
27th
yes.
overall. Their defense was 27th overall. They showed the stat. They were 14th against the rush, 28th against the pass, and 27th. AJ's got to pee. We're doing the pee sway.
Go ahead and go.
I thought you said we had another caller ad.
That was the caller.
Oh, I wouldn't have ran through him as quick as we
Yeah,
did
you
then.
just fucking ran through. You got guys off the. No, he had to go.
Oh, well, he's going to movie.
Yeah.
I thought you said we had a second caller. Hey,
That was
anyone
the
that wants to
second
call
caller.
in, we have the number up. We want to talk some Cowboys football going forward. obviously next week is to me still a big game. Anytime we play the Philadelphia Eagles, it is. Sorry, I'm watching our feed, and
You're watching the feed, and you see "fuck Eagles." And
no. It was
see?
No, it was just you and AJ about this far away from each other.
Oh,
so
sorry. I thought you were seeing. There's "fuck the Cowgirls, go Eagles." This kind of goes back to.
Hey, call in then, you little bitch.
There's no
call
other,
in. There's a number up. Call in. You want to talk some shit? Let's talk some shit. And we don't even have to talk shit. We could actually just be adults and discuss
what other teams troll other teams when they lose.
Oh, I guaranteed there's Cowboys fans. If the Eagles lose, they go into like stuff like this and talk shit. Guaranteed, there has to be. But I don't think I would ever do that in my own.
No, I have better things to do, like podcasting for ourselves
and drink 12 drinks.
36.
Yeah, I know. So that puts us each on a 12.
Yeah,
a 12 spot.
Hey, bring it.
Olin Brown says there are 20 other franchises that wish they had as much Super Bowl success as the Cowboys, so quit your complaining. What a bunch of pompous, self-centered, entitled kids grow up.
Is he talking about us?
I don't know if he's talking about us.
I don't know if he's talking about us or chat. Because
I'm not a fucking kid. I'm a man.
Well,
okay.
We've had other callers think you were a female, so
I know, and I'm okay with that. That's actually kind of
LT
flattering.
Gaming Center says all the bullshit aside, we can acknowledge the defense getting the stop in the fourth for the ball to end the game, then a stop in the OT for the win. Like, damn offense, gotta end it.
Yeah, it was shitty. Stuff happened. Stuff happened.
Did you already throw out the back signal for anyone else to call in?
Yeah, it's up there. We're saying anyone else want to chat. We're looking for some callers. If we don't get any other callers, we might just end it.
We might just end it so we can go eat.
So we can eat food. Well, especially you guys.
Yeah,
you guys didn't even eat breakfast. It's almost 3 p.m.
I had a.
You must be fucking dying right now.
I had a coffee.
What is that? That's what 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. That's 6 hours you've been drinking and not eating food. That's
yeah, but dude, it's not uncommon for me during the week to like not eat till.
Ikran Flowers said I did call. I didn't hear him.
Who?
Well, call again.
Back.
Call back.
Call us again. Don't
he's
forget to.
He's an Eagles fan because he's
That's
been in
okay.
here fucking.
That's all right. Let's do it.
No, we don't care, but let's be civil.
We're gonna be civil. We want to be civil. We enjoy a good conversation.
And then he says, "Who the hell uses Zoom?" Well, guess what, Ikran, we're from Canada, so we don't have American-based numbers.
I know.
And most people won't call unless they have a US-based number.
Dude,
so
we're sorry.
Stop being a bitch. Use the Zoom
Call
link
in.
or use the fucking number.
Are
on
we
the
getting
screen.
an Eagles fan calling in?
I hope so. I hope he
all
calls
I
in
hear
right
is
now.
little bitch excuses.
Yeah.
Well, when you
And
call
we're totally
in,
joking.
yeah,
We're joking.
When you call in, we want to be. We're civil.
We are civil.
Yeah, Ikran says he's an Eagles fan, so just call in.
Call in. Let's chat. We'll talk.
You know what I hear about Ikran? You know what I think about when I hear Ikran? Ikran Crane.
You know what I think?
You know that
Ikran should
Ichabod
suck my
Crane?
dicker in.
You guys know about Ichabod Crane?
Yeah, of course everyone does.
You got with the Halloween thing, and he got his fucking. Head
I feel
cut
like
off.
my drunkenness is taking over my distaste for the loss. Like I feel like I'm having a good time now, and then I have to. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up on Ad's couch and be like, "Did we lose last?
Did we lose?
Look,
Did
we
lose?
Did we chant "fuck sunshine" 42 times?
Yeah,
this
we did.
would
And then
be
we
a
lost
lot
to 'em?
different if we were an 8-6 team
Yes.
battling it out with the fucking.
AJ, I love that you bring that fact
I'm
up.
just saying.
No, you're right though. You're
I'm just
fucking
saying.
100% right. If we were like every game got us out of playoffs,
playoffs.
that you're right. Like this loss did not change the standings
Didn't
at all.
change us, and also it's not prosperous looking forward. I'll give us that.
Yeah, we got some tough games
We
coming
got some
up.
tough games coming up, and we have to really. We gotta. I'm not looking for perfection, and like we just said, if we could just average 4 yards a carry, that's going to change the game because our pass defense has looked. I shouldn't say incredible, but Lawrence ain't no schlub.
No, and I mean, like, I guess if I feel
I'm not. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm not giving it to the pass defense and being like, oh, you deserve fucking a medal for your performance. I'm just saying the run defense absolutely has a large hole, and that's what teams are going to be fucking using to beat us.
Yeah. AJ, you do spit facts. And I'm actually kind of confused what you're smoking. You must be like on some downgraded weed.
He's on sativa right now instead of an indica.
Is that the difference?
It's fucking really nice tasting.
Because I've always thought that. I've always thought, is the sativa indica thing a thing. But
My
if he's
take
on
is
sativa,
no.
if he's on sativa now and he's usually on indica, that should just be.
Here's my thing.
That should be in studies. His
Okay.
face on the last one should be in studies.
No, here's the real thing. Ikran Flowers in the chat
Oh,
is an Eagles fan. He won't
call
He
in.
says fuck Zoom. I said it's an excuse.
Yeah, it's an excuse.
Here's the thing. There's a number on the screen. If you want to call in. By all means.
But there's also numbers in the description.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like you don't. Guess what? If you're too afraid to show your face, I get it.
You don't have to show your face. You can
We
block
know
your
most
face.
Eagle fans are a bunch of fuglies.
We won't show your face.
So we won't show your face. Call the number in and let's just chat like civilized human beings. We're from
And
Canada.
if you want to be crazy, just join the chat without. You don't even have to have your face. Just have the lower half of your body with your pants off.
Yeah. Look, pants off. Look, pants off is not optional. We don't fucking podcast here.
Oh, sorry. So JT Hunt saying, can't y'all type the Zoom number in the chat? We put it in the chat before. It doesn't really do much. If you just go to the description,
Go to the description.
we have all the links and all the numbers. So if you look at,
Unfortunately, because like Adam mentioned,
it's
eventually we're going to get our own number,
listen,
but it's not happening now.
We're Canadian. Give us a boot time.
it's annoying.
It's
but
a boot time.
it's a boot. Give us a boot time here. Okay, we're trying to make it easy. Okay, here we go. We got a number coming in here.
Here we go. Okay.
We got a caller. We just had to cry about it.
We had to cry. we had to cry.
Who
Caller.
are we talking to?
What do we got? Who do we got?
This is an Eagles fan that was talking shit.
There Hey, welcome. Hey, this
What's
is
your online name?
What-
Online persona?
He's Ikran Flowers.
Yeah.
Ikran. Okay.
So Ikran, you I think
Y'all
are
just call him Mr. Flowers of Fly Eagles Fly, baby.
you're the
Don't be
first.
trying to talk shit because y'all lost to the Jaguars today.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. I mean, it was
We all know on Christmas, I believe in my quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Don't be mad because Dak ain't that dude.
we're not mad. I will ask you this though: did Jalen have 3 touchdown runs today? Did he end up getting the 3, or we had the game picture in picture?
He
but
got 3.
Fuck, that's crazy. Hey,
He got 3.
dude, I know this is probably your first time finding us, but we are on record talking about Jalen Hurts saying that he
And let's
is,
go on for the record. I got nothing against Canada. I love maple syrup like a motherfucker.
Canada fan, love it.
And I love
love what you're
Vancouver,
saying,
and I love
brother.
Toronto. Toronto is the Devils of the East.
yeah, we live.
But let's be real.
No,
Okay.
and I am. We live,
Cowboys ain't that team no more. Y'all got 5 Super Bowls. Y'all been riding that for almost 25 years.
you guys have 1 Super Bowl ever though, so I mean, it's like it's one of those things.
How do you say modern day in the NFL?
Yeah, fair.
What y'all want us to just catch y'all? So let's dismember the America's team, since basically the Steelers will be America's team, or the Patriots will be America's team. So they got more than y'all asses.
Okay, so Ikran, I got a question for you. What are the Eagles going to do to win against the Cowboys next week?
If they
Let's
have to
see.
win.
Let's see. What's their weakness y'all been talking about? Oh, pound the ball. Let's see. We have the real number 11. His name is A.J. Brown, who's a goddamn stud that Micah Parsons can't stop.
Well, yeah, no, because he's a.
Oh, they got Devontae Smith. Oh, we got Goddard. Oh, we got a rookie tight end. Oh, we have a real defense.
Hey, I just want you to pull back on that sass spice that you're throwing.
No,
on
we
those
like it.
comments, all right?
I like
That's
a
a lot
sass.
You're giving us a lot of sass.
Hey, I got a question. Are you legit from Philadelphia?
No, I'm not from Philly. I'm from Arkansas, but I've been a Philly fan
Nice.
since I was 5.
That's cool. Hey, just wondering. I was just curious. I wanted to see if we were talking to someone from Philadelphia or not. That great. You're a Philly fan. Next week's a huge game. It doesn't even if the Cowboys somehow pull off the win. I know you don't think it's going to happen, but if the Cowboys do pull off the win,
No.
it's not going to change the standings. You guys will still be in control of the NFC East. We'll still be at the 5th seed. Next week's game's more of a moral
Right.
victory.
Which, as somebody said on here, chatting, talking about when the playoffs start, it's a whole different beast. Everybody's 0-0, which I agree with. But y'all coming to Philly. Y'all win that first game, y'all come to Philly.
I would love it. How's
it going to feel though when we do surpass you in the playoffs, though, Ikran? I just want to know, like, you guys dominate the season, and then when you guys finally lose to the Cowboys on Christmas Eve, and then when your playoff.
My thing is, are y'all gonna bring that advertised to Fortress, or y'all gonna bring Cooper choke or run? Which one y'all gonna bring to it?
Well, it'll
Because either one y'all don't trust in.
Yeah, well, Ikran, the problem is that like Dak Prescott owns the Eagles, and as much as everybody wants to trash Prescott or whack Prescott or whatever, even our Cowboys fans say.
Okay, but let's answer me this: is really Dak Prescott a top 10 quarterback?
Yes.
Let's be real.
Yes. Name 10 quarterbacks better than him right now. If you can name 10 better quarterbacks.
Kyler Murray's better than Dak Prescott. I would take Lamar Jackson over Dak Prescott. I would take Deshaun Watson over Dak Prescott. I would take Joe Burrow over Dak Prescott.
Stop.
Deshaun Watson's not even played yet. You can't pick him.
He is. He's playing.
Okay.
But you're not touching. You're not taking
Let's see.
Mr.
I gave you 4, right? That was 4. I would take Patrick Mahomes over Dak Prescott. I would take a bad Kirk Cousins over Dak Prescott. That's 6, right? I would take Josh Allen over Dak Prescott.
Right now.
That's 7, right?
That's bullshit. Go home. You can't say that on this podcast. That's blasphemy. We're gonna get banned.
Come on. Since y'all lost today, I would take a bad Trevor Lawrence over Dak Prescott.
What?
That's 8, right?
I mean, Trevor Lawrence looked pretty fucking good today.
Now you're
in the
reaching though.
weeds.
Now
I would take the so-called sensation Brock Purdy, who's in 49ers, balling out over Dak
You're in the
Prescott.
fucking weeds. You're in the weeds. You're in the weeds,
we're gonna cut you off here.
How am I in the weeds?
We're gonna.
Have they been winning, right?
So
have they not been winning?
Okay, so Ikran,
the question.
Ikran, we're going to be streaming the game next Sunday. By all means, we probably will bring you on before the call, or halfway through.
That's fine, because we all know y'all Cowboys fans want to stick together. So you make sure you holler at your boy Scooter Magruder, and you holler at him and tell him fly too. That he's already in his feelings, don't want to talk to nobody.
Oh no!
Exactly. How y'all gonna give up leads?
Let's get inside.
Like ride with the Packers. Same thing happened with them.
I want to know.
Y'all can't finish shit.
I want to know if you can switch your perspective for a second, and it might be hard. I know,
not happening.
But what do the Cowboys need to do to beat the Eagles?
Nothing.
On Saturday?
They're done. They're gonna lose.
I mean, real is real. What he says is right. But if I was a Cowboys fan and I was being logical, let's see. I need to gear up my defense on the run. Secondly, quit telling Dak quit throwing goddamn interceptions.
Yeah.
Thirdly, y'all have really one weapon, which is CD. The tight end is not working for y'all. Y'all need to change that up.
You don't like the clone?
So wait a second. So you don't think the double up Zeke Elliott and TP20 are going to be any type of factor next week? Because I definitely think that they're going to actually run over.
We both know if anything, if it's true, the future is going to be Pollard. Pollard can't catch out the backfield. Zeke is getting y'all 2 to 4 yards a carry. You really think at crunch time that's going to stop the defense, a true defense?
I mean, all kind of jokes aside, I do think if we fundamentally stick to our run game and we have Zeke and Pollard smashing through to you next week, you guys are going to have a very, very tough time stopping us on
Let's
offense.
see. Who do we pick up in the free agency? We picked up Sue. We picked up Lindell Joseph.
Fuck Sue.
We picked up another rookie.
What the fuck has Sue done?
So fortified our run defense.
You guys have. I've been on record saying in the cast that I thought the Eagles were the best team in the NFL, and I'm excited next week for us to go play against the said best team in the NFL and see what happens. It's an NFL football
now
game.
We beat y'all. We can't hear this stuff about we in the real beat of the Eagles. We got lucky. We took over. And y'all respect that and just take to give that to us.
Hey, the last thing I'm going to say to you is,
and we'll see y'all when y'all win the first game, and y'all had to come to Philly. In the cold. We be waiting on y'all.
I think Philly fans are scared.
the only thing I've ever agreed with Jose.
Please tell me what are we scared about?
You're more scared. You're more scared of the Cowboys than the Cowboys fans are of the Eagles.
Okay, hey, we appreciate having you on. Hey, good luck next week. If you no, you don't tell us.
Has Parsons set up for y'all?
No.
Has Parsons did anything for y'all? Exactly.
Okay. Hey.
He's out.
We don't.
But we want.
I love it. I love it. He'll be back.
We definitely
He'll be
want you
back.
to
He'll be
call back.
next week.
Appreciate it.
But you don't time me out on my own fucking podcast.
Bring in Ike and Flowers on for next pregame.
Oh, I loved it. Ike and Flowers, great.
Loved it. Appreciate it.
I mean, you need to talk to other. You can't just. You don't want to be in a what is
bubble
it?
echo chamber.
An echo chamber of people telling you what you want to hear. You need to hear other people's voice their opinions.
We are not in. We are in the reverse echo chamber.
We're in a
reverse echo chamber.
Even with Cowboys fans, I feel like
we're in the small corner of the internet right now.
No one agrees with us about shit. Or maybe the people that do agree with us are just a little bit quieter about this stuff.
Let's be honest. How many times have we heard from people in the cast being like, "Oh, I've been blocked by everyone"?
Oh yeah, we're
the D-gens. We love having D-gens on.
D-gens.
We bring the D-gens on.
I would say we're not necessarily the Generation X of the Dallas Cowboys fan base, but because we're Canadian, we're kind of those outsiders.
We are, yeah.
So we'll take anybody who's been dismantled.
Not even that. It's just like no one's offended us to the point where we've had to block anyone.
If you're not dropping any racial slur, like if you drop racial slurs or like homophobic slurs or anything like that, we're gonna ban you. But if you're just in here telling your opinion, I don't care how crazy it is, you're gonna be allowed to say it.
Absolutely, and we love it and appreciate it.
Don't make us ban you. That's the only way we'll ban you. Ikaran or whatever his name was that called in Eagles fan. Not a bad call in, to be honest.
Loved it and appreciate it. I hope he does call in again.
And subscribed. I hope he gives us a thumbs up.
Look, we
yeah. You know what? If he just as long as he liked and subscribed, I think we're pretty good.
No, but funny enough, like Eagles are for me the most hated team in sports across the board. I don't hate any team more than that. But if someone calls in and it's just we're just having a chat. I don't take it personal.
Welcome it.
Yeah, I know that this is just a game, and we're having a fun time. And the only time that I would ever take it to the next level is if Adam tries to fucking come at me.
We actually have video footage of AJ taking it. The Royal Rumble night. AJ was going.
Oh yeah,
we have. You probably did. You ever watch that one back?
What?
You're standing up screaming and.
Oh,
you remember that, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. Okay,
so AJ,
which live stream?
The Royal Rumble.
The Royal Rumble when we had like
three people in here.
Callers,
and then one guy called you out for something, and then
I fucking.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
I remember. I didn't see. I do. I don't watch our streams back. These ones because I can't know.
It was funny
because it's gonna affect my.
You can't watch it back.
I
don't watch. I never watch the post game.
Our Wednesdays I do watch.
Wednesdays I watch back because we're all sober. Sorry, ad for cutting you off. I do watch the Wednesdays. The Sundays I don't. I don't do the Sundays.
It was a simple. It literally AJ got mad because it was a simple. I don't want to talk to the drunk guy.
Wow. Hey, we're still taking calls. I think we're going to keep rolling this. We got a decent amount of people in chat. If anyone wants to call in, the number is in the description. If you want to call, talk some Cowboys football. What can we do going forward? What was the issue today? There's,
Nate Dogg says the best is when AJ asks if they knew about Ichabod Crane.
And it's a valid question. Ichabod Crane is a seasonal character. And right now, I don't actually know. It's Halloween. I know it's Halloween. I don't know why I think it's Christmas. It feels Christmassy.
No, Ichabod Crane.
Okay, so Hank says, did our defense stop producing where the plane make it, take it out, and offense didn't get the ball?
What?
Did our defense stop producing where they playing, make it, take it out, and get the ball?
Okay, well, what's the actual question that he's trying to ask, Ad?
Look, I'm trying to make it.
I'm trying to look at what you're reading.
Bring it back up. So
okay, so did our offense stop producing?
Oh.
Were they trying to make a play?
You could say that. You could say that. You could say the offense didn't hold their end up. They obviously in the first half they were killing it. We get to the second half. What did we score? 7 points or something?
Yeah.
Someone pointed out. Not ideal. So obviously, yeah, the offense let up. Did the defense do the best they could? Yeah, I thought they did. It was just this was just one of those shitty losses, right? Like the way it happened, it just sucked. Interception, return for a touchdown at overtime. If there's terrible ways to lose an NFL game,
yeah, it's that.
Or like demoralizing ways to lose, like when you're a fan, That's like the biggest way on a third down. That's such a soul-crushing thing to happen. We literally just sat there. It's funny when we played that video, played us watching it. It looks like I'm frozen because I'm just watching the screen thinking, no fucking way. Yeah, it sucks.
When I look forward to the season, all I can think of is I'm not going to be surprised if there's 2 more losses now. I'm
What?
sorry. I know. I'm sorry.
What are you thinking, Titans-Eagles?
He's thinking Titans-Eagles.
Oh, I hate that.
I wouldn't be surprised if we.
And you know what? This is an open forum
to Washington.
This is an open forum. You're allowed to say it.
I think that
Let's get it up, AJ. Get our next 3 games up here. Let's talk about it.
I think
Let's
we're gonna
talk about
I
it.
think we're still gonna hit 12-5, but it's gonna be win against the Eagles, win against the Titans, and then a loss against the Commanders.
You think we're gonna get the Eagles? I like it, Ad.
I
like where your head's
I
at.
feel it in my bones that we're
You
gonna
feel
get
like we're
against
beating
those.
the Eagles on
Yep.
Christmas Eve. I feel like Christmas Eve's gonna get crazy up in here, which we will be live stream watch partying. We will be, and it's not an early game, which is nice.
Am I supposed to bring something up on the screen?
I just asked for the
Yeah, these are our next 3 games
3?
here.
which we know by memory, but let's just bring it up. And
Eagles at Cowboys.
Yep.
Cowboys at Titans.
Wow. And
Cowboys
I
at
like these.
Commanders.
I like these times.
I fucking hate the early game, dude.
I know.
I hate the early game. Next December 24th, we're showing up at like noon, and none of us work the next day. It's Christmas. We're all gonna be happy because it's Christmas. I think it might get a little wild up in here.
Where my kids are going to be opening up presents, and then Alex and Anthony are going to be coming stumbling upstairs.
Hey,
what's going on?
No,
to look a lot like Christmas.
Hey, what's going on?
any callers want to get in here? If you do, hit us up. If not, we'll talk a little bit longer if we don't get nothing. Okay, let's go through us 3. Let's go through the remaining schedule. Alex thinks we're losing 2 games, which is, I mean, AJ, I like that you think that because now I feel like you're being a real Cowboys fan.
No. Hey, I don't like the play that we've seen.
No, we have holes. Okay,
Since the Colts game.
6 days from today, Eagles are going to be traveling down to Dallas. Well, more Arlington, Texas. Same. To play the Dallas Cowboys on Christmas Eve.
Okay, so dare I say that I think the Texans was a win, but you can kind of say it was a loss.
It was scary.
So the 2 losses that we kind of came through the last 2 weeks, Cowboys versus Jags loss, Cowboys versus Texan, kind of a loss because that was supposed to be a fucking
But they showed a little bit of adversity though
at the end. But let's just say, like for instance, it wasn't that 17-point spread that we thought that everybody in the world
we all were saying it. Yeah.
So those 2 games, if you're coming in the fact of the matter is Texans and Jaguars came into the game thinking, okay, we can beat the Cowboys. We'll put a stamp on it. The Cowboys now have the advantage coming into the Eagles game saying we could put a stamp on this game, showing the Eagles that in this division, not only are we better than you, but you're not going to beat us. You have a better record than us. We're the better football team. So I do think that in my mind, it's a win because it's in favor of the Cowboys. We're the underdogs.
I will take us heavily underdog like any day of the week. I don't know what it is. It has not. It literally is. There's no metric or stat behind it. I like being the underdog as a Cowboys fan, and next week, 100%, we're going to be heavily underdog.
Put it this way. Put it this way. Look at the Eagles' schedule. Look at the teams that they were so close to losing against. Even today's game against the fucking Bears, it wasn't a fucking smash out. It was a tight game. It was an absolute tight game. So when you say things to me like Dak Prescott owns the NFC rivals, he does.
Dak owns the NFC East. It's just
okay.
It's a stat.
So
it's literally a stat.
So we like to do the big fact stack Daks.
Stack Daks, back Dak facts stats.
In my mind, and I'm saying this there because right now, Ikrin, who's an Eagles fan, I'm saying this just to fucking get it.
Just get him riled up.
Get him riled up. Hey, Ikrin, not going to bring you back on this call right now.
And he can't clap back.
And you can't clap back. You can clap back in the chat, but guess what?
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Guess what? Fuck you. To me, AJ wants to throw him another one. If the Jags beat the fucking Cowboys today, the Cowboys can beat the Eagles next Saturday on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about the win-loss record right now for the Eagles. I know a win's a win because we say that when we beat teams like the Texans. Oh, a win's a win when we win when we get to the Super Bowl and we're winning. Does that barely win against the Texans matter? No, it doesn't, because we say that as fans of a team.
10-4, baby.
To not make the fucking game be a massive loss. The fact of the matter is the Cowboys are going to beat the Eagles.
You think so?
Christmas Eve.
Hey, I'm not betting on a Cowboys game ever again in my life, by the way.
Don't bet on a fucking Cowboys game,
guess
man.
what? So if any of you in the chat want to blame anybody, don't blame Dak Prescott.
No, blame me.
Don't blame
betting on
New Balance Noah Brown. Blame Anth Bess, host of the Cowboys CanFan podcast, because he promised us that he wasn't going to bet.
I bet, and okay, the two things I bet on.
I didn't bet the money line.
I bet the over, or I bet the under, and the -0.4. If you went the opposite, you win money. Like,
Yeah,
both things I bet. I'm not betting on this fucking team again.
Okay, you're okay. Here's the thing.
You got to do inverse Anth.
If you bet on the Cowboys again, you're not allowed to be disappointed if they lose.
I can't help it. I just think they're going to win so much.
Fuck you, dickhead.
No more
Fuck you, dickhead.
Hey, what do we got for final thoughts? What do we got for final thoughts?
Final thoughts? Well,
this loser?
Me?
No,
I think he's more directed than
I was trying to get to Anth.
Hey, before you go, let me get one of these in here.
Let's get him.
We can order some pizza. Kraken's got it. We can order some grub or what? Let's order some grub.
I got some pizza up in the fridge.
You got pizza in the fridge? Because we're gonna game out. We're gonna watch some football.
We're gonna watch some football, dog.
We're gonna slam some.
We're gonna
slices of za.
Some za slices.
Fuck you, dickhead.
Okay, AJ, add. I know we still got a lot of people in the chat that are still looking around to find that Cowboys fix. It's like it's this thing when they lose, you just want to dissect the game so much and talk to people and hear people. I don't know. I was pretty torn up. This is kind of like therapy for me, actually. Prior to doing this podcast, like
you would just be alone.
I would just be sitting at home, like,
okay. Hey,
you were
that
meme. You were that meme with what's his
Okay.
nuts from the Narcos.
Listen to this stat. This is actually deflating. I wasn't deflated until I read this stat. This is from Hank. Kirk threw 4 touchdowns and 460 yards yesterday.
Yeah.
Damn.
Kirk fucking Cousins.
Oh, yeah, he ripped it up. He had a great game.
And what was Dak's stats today, Alex?
Dak
please?
was, I already got it. You don't even have to look at him. He was 3 touchdowns, 265 yards, and 2 interceptions. It might not be exactly that, but it was really close.
What do you think about that?
Now I need to see. You got to look it up to see how close I was.
What Hank left off there was that Cousins also had 2 interceptions. So
and he was
throw
down
for 460 and 4 TDs. Give those interceptions all day long.
Oh yeah, of course, 100%.
But this is the thing. We're in circles right now. That last interception by Dak, I don't think was Dak Prescott's fault. So it's like, if that interception doesn't happen, he's 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. It did happen, obviously, and it's on the stat sheet.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just one of these things that you can have a perspective on everything that happened today.
Yeah, exactly.
And
you can have a perspective on anything
you can have
in the
however
world.
you want. Sometimes I'm in my feelings. Oh shit! Don't say that. We don't want to get blocked.
No, you don't want to get blocked.
Obviously.
Well,
was that
what are you
it?
guys thinking? Are we out or are we in? We out or we in? I'll call us out.
Call us out.
Call us out.
I think
we've been rolling. That was good.
Here's the thing: we're gonna break down the Eagles Cowboys game
Wednesday night.
Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, one of those days.
Oh,
we're gonna do
yeah,
it.
you don't know yet. A day.
It's not going to be Wednesday.
We will be live. We will be doing a live stream midweek episode, and we love anyone that's in here for the first time. We appreciate it. I hope you subscribe. I hope you liked it. The chat here, but we're gonna call ourselves out. Tough loss tonight. No one wanted to see it. No one wants to lose in overtime. But for the bandwagon boys over there, they're looking good. AJ's looking soberish, actually.
Hey.
All right. We out. We out.